The more I look at this sneaker, the more I'm actually digging it. Honestly, the pictures really didn't do this sneaker justice.
Perfect.
Hello there broskis, Erkin back here once again. And on today's episode, we are reviewing one of my favorite silhouettes of all time. But this comes with a little twist. This is indeed the Nike Air Force 1 Raygun. Now looking at this box, it is a very stealthy Nike Air Force 1 box. Having a quick look, it is pretty beat up. I don't expect any different from size, to be honest, because every order I get from size, it just looks like it's been kicked across the room like a World Cup tournament. But it is a very stealthy Nike Air Force 1 box. Like I've said, it is black all over with very minimal branding, and to be honest, this box doesn't really need it. But on the product information, it does read Air Force 1 07 level 8 or elevate, and the official colorway is white, black and orange flash. Now regardless of what you feel about the Nike Air Force 1, it is very much a classic sneaker. It's one of those sort of sneakers that are really ranked highly in my opinion. And I'm talking the likes of the Jordan 1, the Cortezes, the Nike Dunks, and a couple Air Maxes to name a few. But for me, regardless of all the iterations we've had of this iconic sneaker, it will always be a legendary pair. Now I know this isn't going to be for everyone. The outlandish back paneling is going to put a few heads off. But for me, it actually makes this sneaker look so much better. Don't get me wrong, a white Nike Air Force 1, you cannot go wrong in the summer. But I feel like the color blocking to the orange, the yellows, and of course the blacks just brings this sneaker to life. And these were released here in the UK on the 8th of January, and they are retailing at the moment at £105. And if you are trying to get a pair at retail, you know what I do, just because I'm a nice geezer. I'm gonna leave some affiliate links down below. Now this is of course the Air Force 1 Raygun, and no, this is not inspired by the Call of Duty weapon we've had on video games. This is actually inspired by the Roswell Raygun fictional basketball team. Now I'll admit it, I'm not the biggest basketball fan, so if you have any corrections to that, leave it down below. Now having a quick butcher's hook aka look at this sneaker, and towards the front it is very much a traditional setup to this Air Force 1 with the iconic toe box that is very perforated, but yes, unfortunately it will end up creasing. So if you are trying to get something to prevent this sneaker from creasing, I will also leave it down below. There are those Nike swooshes on both sides, that is that black with the outline of yellow. And one thing that is really cool that I've actually just proper noticed is that exaggerated look to the stitching. It gives it that sort of sporty look to it. I've got those orange materials towards the back that I am gonna say is sort of like a nylon feel, but it also has that velour look to it. But what I have actually read up is to sort of give this sneaker that basketball jersey finish, which for me is a very nice touch. And of course towards the lateral side of that back panel, towards that heel counter, we've got that basketball logo, and right at the top on that heel tab is the Nike Air branding in black with those same yellow materials. And in certain lighting conditions, these really do have a nice shine to it. Now making our ways back to the front, we've got that same leather materials that run all across those eyelets, and we have those flat black laces. Now some people would say that these would look better with a white pair of laces, but for me, in my opinion, these really do pop with these black pair. And I also think you could get away with an orange or even yellow pair. Now you can only really notice this tongue is actually made of mesh when you get really close to it. You couldn't really tell from pictures or even seeing them on someone else's foot. Now we've got that orange panel on the top, which again includes that over stitched look with the black Nike Nike Air branding and the Air Force One logo. Now on the sock liner in that black colorway, we again have the same material used on the orange and the yellow, but because it's black, it really does have that velour look to it. Now on the left sneaker, we have the Rayguns on the insole, but on the right one, we just have that Nike Air branding, which to be honest, I'm not really mad at. Now we've got that classic finish to this midsole in of course white, but making our ways to the outsole, it is that jet black colorway, and there's nothing really changed in that department, but like I've always said, if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. So there you go, broskies, my first look to this Raygun iteration to the Nike Air Force One, and I've got to say I really did like these more so in person than I ever did in pictures. Even some of the other reviews, I wasn't really sold on them. Now, like I do with most Air Force Ones other than the Flyknits, I go half a size down. For me, the traditional setup to the Air Force One, it is very much a bulky affair, so my advice is go half a size down. Some people even go one size down just to lower the chances of creasing on the toe box. Different strokes for different blokes, but I would say half a size down. Now I know the price is a bit cheeky at 105 quid, and it's about £25 more than the regular Air Force One, but are you really getting any more for your buck? And it's a very split decision in my opinion. In some aspects, yes, you're getting a totally brand new look to this sneaker, but then again, no. Other than the added materials and the color blocking, it's very much the standard feel to an Air Force One. Now, Air Forces aren't really known to be the most comfortable sneaker on the market, but the included materials of the mesh and of course that nylon shiny material, it really does this sneaker justice. Now, I don't really think you should buy it in terms of resale, just because these are sitting on shelves here in the UK anyway. I am going to advise pick up a pair right now for retail, because as the weather gets a bit warmer, especially in the UK, these are going to get harder to cop. Now overall, is that £105 price tag really worth it for this sneaker? Does it really do it any differently from what's out there, especially from an Air Force One? And is this sneaker a buy or a buy? Now the Air Force One is in the Hall of Fame when it comes to sneakers. For me, in my opinion, a fresh white pair of Air Forces in the summer, you cannot go wrong. But there are a few people that really can't stand the look of it. The creasing to the toe box and of course the generic look to it, it's just not really their cup of tea. But in my professional and humble opinion, I'm really digging the look to this sneaker. The outlandish color blocking and the outlandish materials that are used on this sneaker, it does really give it that premium feel. Now yes, the durability may be in question a little bit, just in terms of keeping these clean and of course sustaining the materials. For example, if you were to scratch that nylon material towards the back, I can see these fraying like anything. But if you're like me, you keep them in boxes and you look after them pretty well, I think you should be okay. For me, it is a winner chicken dinner. So of course, broskies, my answer is a buy. But leave it down below what you think about this silhouette. Are you digging this Raygun colorway? Does the price put you off a little bit, or have you already copped a pair? Leave all your comments down below and I will be pinning the best one. Anyways, my people, thank you for watching as always, and thank you for supporting. Don't forget to hit me up on the IG as well. I do tend to post little previews of upcoming sneakers, so show me some love on there. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Until the next episode, take care.